Manchester United manager Ten Hag decided to make changes after the Brentford match. Manchester United won against Brentford with last-minute goals, and manager Ten Hag will make changes in the team despite the victory. Ten Hag, who can't tolerate goalkeeper Onana conceding the wrong goal again, will give goalkeeper Altay a chance in the next Sheffield United match. Ten Hag, who wants to reward Scott McTominay's short-term performance, will also start McTominay in the first 11. Ten Hag also spoke to Alejandro Garnacho after the game and said he will give him more chances. Even though we won against Brentford, Ten Hag should definitely warn the team and tell us to come to our senses. What is your view on this? How did you find Manchester United's performance? Erik Ten Hag expected Manchester United players to take more responsibility. Speaking in an interview, as quoted by the Mirror, Manchester United boss Erik Ten Hag told his players to take more responsibility despite winning the game. Scott McTominay's 2 goals in the waning seconds helped Manchester United defeat Brentford, who seemed destined for victory after taking the lead in the first half. The Red Devils were in danger of suffering their 3rd consecutive Premier League home loss. Ten Hag then made a convincing argument. Particularly when the opposing team has the ball, there has been anarchy at the back. Since the beginning of the year, United has experienced difficulties with this. Once more, Andre Onana was unable to block the shot, which we believe should have been stopped. Victor Lindelof's poor clearance of the ball, which initially led to the goal, was another mistake that must have caught the eyes of Ten Hag. On the other hand, Casemiro's wrongly judged pass was the initial trigger for United conceding the goal. Mistakes like these need to be prevented at all costs. Ten Hag is currently in his 2nd year in charge after a strong first year that resulted in fresh hope. However, things seem to have gone backwards now. However, due to significant summer spending, he is already feeling pressure this season. He is hopeful that the morale-boosting victory over Brentford will prove to be a turning point. Alejandro Garnacho was an unsung hero in Man Utd's dramatic comeback win versus Brentford. Alejandro Garnacho was the unsung hero for Manchester United as they defeated Brentford in the Premier League on Saturday. The Red Devils had another poor start at Old Trafford and they went behind in the 26th minute. Matthias Jensen scored for the visitors after an error from goalkeeper Andre Onana. It looked like United were on the verge of another frustrating defeat, but 2 sensational stoppage time goals from Scott McTominay secured an unlikely victory for the Red Devils. The Scotland international was undoubtedly the man of the match, but in our opinion, Garnacho was an unsung hero. He produced another top-notch display off the bench. The teenager was brought on for an underperforming Marcus Rashford after the hour mark, and he managed 3 key passes, including one for the equalizing goal. Aside from his goal contribution, the Argentine won 4 ground duels. He also won 3 fouls from the opposition and had a successful dribble into the attacking third. The €25 million rated star was very impressive with his cameos during his breakthrough season last term, and he showed his class against the Bees with another quality performance. Some United fans would ideally want him to start ahead of Rashford, who hardly influenced the game. It remains to be seen whether that happens after the international break. United's dramatic victory at Old Trafford has moved them within 4 points of the Champions League places, but Manchester City, Arsenal and Liverpool are still to play. There were not many positives from the Bees game until the dramatic turnaround, but the win could bring a change to United's league fortunes in the coming months. Bruno Fernandes reveals dressing room reaction after Man United's dramatic win against Brentford. Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes has admitted he is relieved after a dramatic win over Brentford. Substitute Scott McTominay scored a stoppage-time brace to complete a remarkable comeback win for United. Speaking after the game, Fernandes admitted that everyone was relieved and delighted after the last gasp Premier League win. The Red Devils took their points tally to 12 with today's dramatic win. They remain in the 10th spot in the Premier League table after a stuttering start to the season. McTominay was Ten Hag's fifth and final substitute of the afternoon. He could have thrown in Facundo Pellistri or Hannibal Mejbri, but wisely chose McTominay, who has been scoring goals for fun for Scotland. McTominay smashed into the bottom corner to equalize in the 93rd minute. After 4 minutes, he nodded home to snatch a win from the jaws of defeat. Not only the players but Erik ten Hag would be relieved after today's result. Scott McTominay rescued the Red Devils today, and hopefully, this could kickstart their campaign. Erik ten Hag believes Mason Mount could be a big part of Manchester United's success. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag believes Mason Mount can play a big part in the club's success. Even though Man United have struggled to get positive results, Mount has played well since returning from a hamstring injury. The 24-year-old moved to the Theatre of Dreams in a £55 million deal from Chelsea in the previous transfer window. His start to life with the Red Devils went differently than the expectations. The United midfield looked imbalanced due to his inclusion. He is an attacking midfielder by trade and often ventures forward to press the opponents. That left Casemiro with acres of space to cover, which the opposition exposed with ease to bypass the midfield. Mount has featured in the last 3 games since returning from his injury and has looked more involved with the team. When Mount joins attacking forces, he takes the central role to help Casemiro guard the midfield. However, Amrabat at the fullback spot is only a temporary solution due to injuries to 3 left-backs. Mount has to do more to justify the hefty transfer fee Man United paid to secure his services in the summer. Chelsea join Manchester United in the race for high-flying Euro 90M rated forward playing in Germany. Chelsea are looking to splash the cash once again in order to beat rival Manchester United for Lois Openda. The Leipzig forward joined the German club during the summer transfer window. Openda has enjoyed a good start to the new campaign at the club with consistently strong performances. The Belgian has appeared in 10 games for Leipzig so far and contributed to 5 goals and 2 assists. Openda opened his goal account in the Champions League for Leipzig against defending champions Manchester City.